The inauguration of Nigeria Advisory Panel in 1988 to expand the work and carry out on the vision of the Cypriot entrepreneur, Anastasios G. Leventis, who laid the basis of its focus on society, education and culture since May 1979, birthed what is today known as the Leventis Foundation Nigeria to commence its activities in West Africa. Leventis Foundation Nigeria was established with an aim towards supporting the federal government education program on self-sufficiency in food production.
Since 1988, when this foundation was incorporated, starting with the Elisha School, then Dogondawa School in Kaduna State, we've been training youths. One thing we do is to attract youths into agriculture. The normal perception is that agriculture is for the old, dirty profession and all of that. We kind of make agriculture attractive to the youth. We make them understand you don't have to be dirty to be a farmer. You can still look good, you can still enjoy the basic things of life. If you look around, you see we have sporting facilities. We just make them understand that it's not as terrible as they think. And we make them look at the profitable aspect.
From day one, when the foundation was established, its priority was training young farmers with the hope that we will bridge the generation gap between the old farmers who at that time were dying off, let me put it that way, without young farmers coming to take over from them.
The most important thing is imparting skills that will make the youth that are from remotely rural areas and that are the poorest of the poor, imparting better skills that will make them to be self-reliable, that will make them to be economically independent.
The foundation was set up as an institution to develop the agricultural sector in Nigeria through extensive public benefit programs, environmental protection programs, and researches. Leventis Foundation Nigeria has undertaken giant strides by establishing 9 special schools, subsidiaries, and affiliate institutions across Nigeria and Ghana. The executive director of Foundation, Hope Ovie Usieta, also highlights the milestones recorded over the 3 decades of Leventis Foundation in Nigeria.
It's been an exciting journey so far. It's in the sense that you are able to see the impact you are making on lives. It's interesting, particularly at the end of each year, to see the way we've transformed the lives of youth. So for me, that is really exciting.
When we started, they were running away from the modern agriculture. But when they see things in reality, they appreciated it and they embrace the way we farm.
These institutions have trained many on innovative small-scale farming techniques to improve productivity, efficiency, and environmental sensitivity.
To have trained 25,000 people who are out there today actively engaged in farming at a time like this when the government is saying agriculture is the way to go. We had this foresight many years ago. Our founder had the foresight.
We were set up to support the federal government agricultural policies in line with developing the agricultural sector. That we have done through building capacity.
At LFN, our commitment is aimed at improving agric education and training towards the sustainable development of the agricultural and rural sectors of the economy in the West African sub-region. Leventis Foundation is also a prime mover in the preservation of natural resources in cooperation with the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, contributing to the setting up of agroforestry conservation program for local farmers.
We are into complete agricultural training program. We are into crop and agroforestry. When we talk of crop, we are talking of
arable crop, fadama crop, agroforestry, some of these food trees, beekeeping, mushroom production, snarery, all those things that are very, very vital in agroforestry, we are into it. Then we are also into livestock, poultry, piggery, rabbitry, goatry, and ruminant, cattle, sheep, and goat. We are also into that, including fishery.
If you are in the crop department, if you take up spraying only as a business, it's a change in agriculture. If you take up just crop production, in the crop production, you are more concerned with beans rather than groundnut. It's a business also. And when you go back to livestock, you either pick broilers or you take the laying bed. If you take that one, whichever one you have enough finance, you go into it, or you just go into marketing between the community and the school, selling the product, either the eggs, if it is broiler, the broilers, if it is fish, the fish. I mean, those are businesses, chains of businesses in agriculture, which the students, the trainee that went through this program for 11 months.
We also have an agricultural engineering unit where we train youth on how to maintain some of these tools and agricultural machineries.
That is what we are seeing. After your training here, we want you to go back to your respective villages to have cooperative society, and you come together, then you have higher money.
I benefit a lot of things here in Leventis Foundation, because actually I can even say I'm a poor person from poor family, and it's been a great opportunity to me to find myself one of the students here in Leventis Foundation. The reason why I say so is that, as everybody knows, that we are receiving education in a free of charge.
In Leventis Foundation, basically I have learned how to make something out of nothing. I have learned on how to be independent, how to know that I have a future. I am to make my own tomorrow today.
Leventis Foundation Nigeria has really made an impact in my life, because it has taught me to be self-employed by myself. I can be the boss of my own. I can even create jobs for other people through the things I'm learning. Like in the livestock department, we have the poultry, we have fishery, the crop production, we have agroforestry. And I know how to reduce dominance of stubborn seeds.
Let's take a look at a diagram to represent
Our
that.
training here is free of all costs to the trainee. And by that I mean their feeding, accommodation, tuition, and even we give them like an allowance or stipend at the end of every month to help them take care of their daily needs.
Majority of the population in Nigeria, and Kano State in particular, are poor, and we have a lot of youth that are staying, moving the streets, doing nothing. At the end, they become nuisance to the society. So by being here in the Leventis Foundation, what the Leventis Foundation is offering, it really makes me to think deeply into many ways of how this youth can be helped. Because seriously, with the experiences that I'm getting or that I got with the foundation, a lot of these youths were helped seriously in uplifting their livelihood.
The institution are located in Osun, Kano, Kaduna, Ondo, and Gombe states, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The latest is the Leventis Agricultural Management Institute Farm in Wepa, Edo State.
The Leventis Foundation has established schools across the different agroecological zones of Nigeria. These schools are set up to train farmers in small scale to medium scale agricultural practices and enterprise. But increasingly, we found that to actually meet the agricultural needs of Nigeria as a country, there's a need to train commercial farm managers. This group of people are actually lacking in the country at the moment. Confident commercial farm managers that can manage large-scale farming. So what we then sought to do is to meet this need, is to establish an agricultural management institute in Edo State. This institute aims to both cater for the managerial skills needed in the agricultural sector as well as the productive skills.
This is a training institute that is going to turn out graduates that will be ready to fit middle management in the many farms that are springing up all over the country. I'd like to congratulate the management and staff. I believe they will do a lot more. I believe that by the time we are celebrating another 10 years of the foundation, we would have achieved a lot more than what we have achieved now.
Congratulations! Leventis Foundation at 30. Hip, hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip, hip! Hooray! Hip, hip, hip! Hooray!